Hello, everyone. Okay, so my name is Nicole. Thank you for joining my channel. And I was listening to a guy that I follow on Instagram, and he was saying how he's hilariously funny, but he was saying how sometimes it's very hard to know what is good for you to eat because one day, hey, coffee's not good for you. Oh, coffee's great for you. Oh, coffee's only good for you if you have these things, or the same thing with chocolate. And then you got to know what type of chocolate. Is it dark chocolate? Is it white chocolate? Is it milk chocolate? Like all these different things. And so he was talking about that, and I had made a comment back to him. It's like, yeah, it is really hard. I study nutrition in my Master's of Public Health program, and I just wanted to bring facts. So that's what this channel is all about. I bring facts about nutrition. And so, actually, sometimes I'm going to read directly out of one of my textbooks. Yes, I did get it on Amazon. It's not a plug for them, but it's called Nutrition Across the Life Cycle, life stages, rather, excuse me. And so I'm going to read right out of here. So where do we start? At the beginning. So I don't assume that anyone knows anything. um, so as I'm flipping to this, today we're just going to focus on carbs. That was actually a request by someone, but it is the first thing that's really covered in this book, carbohydrates. And so my name is Nicole Daniels. I graduated with a Master's of Public Health and a concentration in nutrition. I work as a nutrition educator as well, and I worked for a brilliant research doctor who focuses on nutrition. Worked with her social media for a couple of years, went through my own nutrition journey where I lost about 100 pounds and whatnot. And so nutrition has really become a big focus for me, and I just want to share facts and not misinformation. One of the first things that this stresses is that nutrition is a science. And like anything in science, things can change. So what I tell you today may be different a year from now, but as of today, June, wait, today's date, June 14th, 2025, this is what, the science is. And so just stick with me. Sometimes I'll read from this. Sometimes I may have a challenge because the book actually has some really good challenges for people to kind of think about and challenge yourself with. And sometimes it may be something that I learned in my job, or coming from a reputable source like World Health Organization, or certain associations like American Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, things like that. And I'll always include the links to those particular references. I'll have to find the link specifically for this. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, carbohydrates. So at first it says carbohydrates, their function to provide energy and are the main source of fuel needed for physical activity, brain function, and operation of the organs. So basically, it's pretty important. So it goes on to say carbohydrates are organic compounds that occur in food. These compounds contain carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen and can be broken down to release energy in the body. Carbohydrates are the body's preferred source of energy, including energy to the brain, muscles, and nervous system. In addition, carbohydrates facilitate the metabolism of fat, and when in sufficient supply, ensure that the protein in your muscles is not broken down as an energy source. Carbohydrates consumed from food and drinks are broken down into small sugar molecules in the mouth and the small intestine, which then move through the digestive tract and are converted into glucose by the liver to make a usable form of energy for the brain and muscles. So basically, all it's saying is your body uses carbs for fuel. Excess carbohydrates are stored by the body in the form of glycogen. The liver and the muscles are storage sites for the glycogen, and it has nice little pictures that you can look at, kind of go with it as well. The structure of a carbohydrate determines whether it is simple or complex carbohydrate. So simple carbohydrates are monosaccharides, which is one simple sugar molecule, and disaccharides, which are two simple sugar molecules linked together. The most common monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, and galactose. The most common disaccharides, let's go to the next page. Let's see, are sucrose, maltose, and lactose. The monosaccharides that make up these disaccharides are as follows. So you have glucose plus fructose is sucrose, which is basically table sugar, white table sugar that you see. Glucose and glucose make up maltose, which is malt sugar. And then glucose and galactose make up lactose, which is the milk sugar, which a lot of people are allergic to or have a really hard time digesting. Because of their simple structure, simple carbohydrates are rapidly digested and are therefore the quickest source of energy. Examples of foods that contain simple carbohydrates are table sugar, corn syrup, and honey. So those, especially if you're diabetic, your doctor may say, hey, stay away from simple sugars because they make your blood sugar spike really, really quickly, and you don't want that. You want something that's going to be an easier, longer burn, like complex carbohydrates. And these are called polysaccharides. Complex carbohydrates are multiple sugar molecules linked together. Complex carbohydrates include starches, glycogen, and most types of fiber. Complex carbohydrates are commonly found in whole plant foods, which are also good sources of vitamins and minerals as well as fiber, which slows the body's absorption of glucose and limits dramatic blood glucose changes. So, like I said, fiber basically helps your energy levels stay um, really stable. Because you know how sometimes you'll have, let's say, something that's really sugary, maybe a candy bar or certain types of food, or just lots of simple carbs or whatever, and then like you get this real sugar rush, like when you give kids lots of candy and they got that sugar rush and then they get really, really tired. So, because they don't really have a lot of fiber. And so when you have something that's a complex carb and it has that fiber in it, then it slows down how quickly the sugar is absorbed into your bloodstream. Got it? Examples of complex carbohydrates are whole grains and foods made from them, such as pasta and bread, starchy vegetables, such as potatoes, sweet potatoes, and corn, and beans, lentils, and peas. Overall, carbohydrates are present in a variety of foods such as fruits, vegetables, grains, legumes, which are beans, peas, and lentils, milk and milk products, and foods containing added sugar to the form of starch or in the form of starch, sugar, or fiber. With the exception of fiber, each gram of carbohydrates provides 4 calories. Although in general fiber is not broken down in the digestive tract, some types of fibers can be broken down in the gut and do release energy. However, energy production is minimal, and we do not view energy production as a main function of fiber. So in the next one, we're going to talk about dietary fiber specifically. So remember, nutrition across the life cycle. See you on the next.